Okay, little, as Vaughn likes to say, the little red light says we are live, we are live, we are live, and it is so. I want to make sure we're going out on YouTube, and as soon as I do that, we'll start talking about what we're going to do today. Yeah, it looks like we are live now. A little few seconds behind, but good to see it up there. I'm going to, today, do another one of these process videos that I've been doing some of, show you how we behind the scenes a little bit, how we create the music for some of the things I do. And today it's going to be a Vaughn diss track, and I'm going to use Dragnot's lo-fi music that he uses at the beginning of the stream. So you may have been around when we transcribed some of that, but it's finally time to get this going. I did a test on my voice is very soft. Okay, well, we'll crank that up a little bit. Thank you for letting me know. We're going to crank the microphone up here. That should be a whole lot better. I'm doing OBS, which is a little tricky when you have multiple sources and echoes and things like that. So I try to tend on the softer side, but hopefully it's better now. Anyway, let's go to this the scene I've got. And what's going to happen here, I think I've got the drum track done. We'll work with that. I think I've got 10 other instrumental tracks to lay down, so I won't be able to interact much with the chat, and my doggone chat box isn't working as usual. See if I can get that to go here. It never seems to like to roll the chat up there so I can see what you guys are saying. It may be a source problem. But, I don't know, it never likes it for some reason. Try a couple other settings here. Can't figure out how to bring it to the front, all that stuff. Just doesn't want to work for me for some reason. But anyway, there we go. Now I got a chat. So, we're going to start out. As you can see on the screen there, we've got the tuba line. It'll be our first thing to do. And we'll start with that. It'll be a lot of fun. Let me knock this off here. No need to have YouTube open. We tend to get echoes and things like that. So, hopefully you can hear the background track. We're going to lay down the tuba line first, just to get this big boy out of the way. I'm going to kind of change my angle here a little bit. And this is going to be fun because I have to hit shift and the record button and make this happen. So I've got only 4 beats to get back to playing position. So here's the tuba part. And we're going to stop right there. And try again. I can see my mic level's way too hot anyway. You can see here on this side, on the Audacity side, that's way too much. So we're going to knock that down to about 65 instead of 80%. Kill that one. Back it all the way up. Play a few notes. Get this big boy recorded first. Let's try that again. Shift and record. Backed up, and here we go. And then at that point we would have had some rest, but I wasn't very satisfied with that. My chops really aren't very well warmed up. Hopefully you can hear everything. Let me know in the chat. Should be good. They're playing. Hopefully you're hearing that background track. And of course I know you can hear the tuba because it's going straight to the mic. It was still a little hot, I think. I'm going to push that back down to 60%. And try that one more time. Again, I want to play a few notes here just to get the chops moving. Okay. Now, see if we can do better. Last chance. And this is very repetitive, but I think I'm just going to go and record the whole thing straight down. Just see if we can make it work. Here we go. Sorry folks, it's going to be a lot of stopping and starting and not a lot of interaction, so if these kind of videos bore you, I'm sorry, but it's going to be a long process. Let's try this again. And that is the end of the tuba part and the end of this big boy. Oh, interestingly enough, only one tuba part. Not much else low. We're going to use some electric bass for another track later. So, now we're going to go back up in here and clean this up a little bit. Actually, the level looks a little low now that I've popped the mic down. So we're going to knock it back up to about 65, 68 should work. We're going to highlight this and use an effect just to amplify it maybe about 3 decibels. Let's try 3-ish. That looks a lot better. Let's see how what we got now. It's really dry. I think we're going to pop that up about another 2 decibels. We'll see. I mean, I'll be playing around with this the whole time when we get to mixing, but I know that's not quite enough level, so we'll do 2.0. The drums are probably too loud, which is great for recording. Let's see if that's too loud. Always want a lot too loud. There we go. So dry. But I can live with that. Let's, this area in between playing, we want to get rid of those little blips, so we just do an amplify effect all the way down. Gets rid of all those little, me moving around in my chair and that sort of thing. We got another big hole here we want to get rid of those little artifacts that you see there, those little bitty blips. So we're just going to repeat that amplify. And at the very end, when I put my horn down, I probably did a little bit of noise, so we'll knock that out too. Okay, now we should have a good tuba track. We will name this track. It just says audio track now. Let's call it tuba. Shrink it on up. We'll shrink it all the way up just to get it out of the way, and we're going to mute it because when I do voices, I like to do one at a time, just with the drums. I find if I'm playing the tracks I've already recorded, you can insert silence. That's true too. You can insert silence. I find that if I'm trying to do multi-track and I listen to the other tracks at the same time, things get a little out of balance. So I just play everything just with the drums. So let's go over here to our tuba part, close that screen, and let's open up our next instrument. I think we're going to build the top 5 instruments up. So let's go to Euphonium 3. And there she is, Euphonium 3. See if we can see everything here. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, dun 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 is the end of it. Oh, there it is. There's the end of it. Okay. To play Euphonium 3, we're going to need a euphonium. Get a little air through this thing. I think we're good. We'll turn this way a little bit to get into the mic. Let's pop that on up to 70. That's probably going to be better. Right at 70. There we go. And we are ready to record Euphonium 3. Here we go, folks. Shift, record, and we're off. I think I can probably do this one in one take. We'll hope. Let's see. Maybe not. Also, my orientation is such that if I turn this way, I can't see the music very well. So we're going to shift positions here a little bit. Yeah, it'd be better if I had the mic over here. Maybe I'll turn this a little bit, stay in frame. Oh, I should probably have the mic over here. Because if I do this, I cannot see the music. I've got to go this way. So what we'll do instead, let's get a little more indirect sound. We'll pump the mic up to about 75%. And we'll just play this way. We'll just play facing this way. It's an Omni mic. It should get it. But let's see. Let's try this again. Take 2, Euphonium 3. Very hard to hit shift and start. Here we go. And that's it for Euphonium 3. Not a very tough part, only like 2 notes in there. But, now we'll go back and do our cleanup. Those little parts in between when we... In fact, let's enlarge this a little bit. That's a little too much, can't see the whole in-between section. And just highlight and get rid of any stuff that's in there. I think we can still repeat. Yeah, we can repeat that. The opening stuff I'm not too worried about because we're going to kill that first bar anyway. It's a little lead-in bar. There's probably a breath. See that little nib right there at the beginning, that little bitty nib in there? That's a breath. We'll get rid of that. There's some breaths all in there too, but we'll work on that later. Get this a little smaller. I think that's about it, except for the very end. We had some stuff we want to get rid of. Nice clean release. Repeat. And there we go. Whoop. Yep, I got it. Okay. So now we've got, let's rename this track to Euphonium 2, or just Euph3, sorry. Euph3. Get it out of the way and mute it. And it's time to go on to Euph 2. It'll be neat when we go through and play these 5 together, because it's the theme you guys are used to. Okay, here's Euph 2. I almost forgot in that big rest to put my cursor over here where I could turn the page. Almost paid for that dearly. Okay, this different notes, but still a kind of a Johnny One Note kind of thing. Look at the comments real quick. Like the Cleveland Orchestra, what's your fascination with D5 major? I just transcribed it, man. That's the key it was in. Okay. Euph 2, another, had 2 or 3 note parts. I think there's only a couple notes in there. Let's see if we can pull this off in one shot. I bet we can. Here we go. And that's it for you two. Let's do a little cleanup. Don't have to do a ton. It's pretty clean. Repeat our knocking down the volume in that middle part. Get rid of all those little bumps and bruises. Not that there's a ton. Oh good, that's the end. Maybe just the very front. We're gonna annihilate that first bar anyway, but let's get rid of that. And rename this to UF 2. Minimize it. Mute it. And we got one more UF part, obviously mute UF 1 to get in there. And then a flugelhorn voice, and we'll have the main theme done. It's exciting, folks. It's neat how everything kind of lines up there. The tube is a little different part, but those two, you can see those two lines here, just nicely lined up, which is why I do it the way I do it. Let's close this. Open up UF 1. If I remember right, UF 1 is the part that just has the single note. I think the whole stinking thing. Yeah, one note, D flat. For you brass players up there, I'm going to be playing this 2 and 3 because it's a minor key and we want that D flat to be nice and high. It's a little flat second valve. For all you band nerds out there, you know what I'm talking about. There we go. Now we can see everything. And find a small place almost exactly like... outstanding. Yeah, you guys go ahead and talk. I know this is terribly boring, but I know some of you guys like to watch these process things, so we'll get to something a little more interesting soon when we get the first 5 parts in. Here is UF 1, second and third valve. Maybe you should find the note first. Bop. It was pretty awful. Let's try that again. Bop. Hit the right note. It's only one note. You just gotta hit it right. Here we go. Ruined that one, didn't it? Can't have that much fuzz. Maybe. It's plenty easy to play. Second valve, so maybe we'll try that again with second valve. Now I don't have to go all the way back. This is the lovely thing about multi-tracking. We can just kill all this and just start at that second part in a new track. And we'll merge the tracks together. Isn't that cool? So we'll start here. We'll do the 16 bars of rest. I got a terrible page turn there too, which I'm going to have to figure out how to do. We'll start a new track. Here we go. Oh, that didn't work. Let's undo that. Yeah, we want to be at the cursor. I think maybe this time I can just hit record and it should work. Let's see. Start a new track. Nope, that didn't work either. Would it be right in here? Yep, no, that did not work. So undo that. Maybe I do have to shift from here. Okay. Sorry guys, try this again. Shift enter. Shift record. Now we're going to do the same trick, turning the page first and doing a third track, and we'll merge it with it. I can tell that's where that starts. Plus, I want to give my chops a little rest. Here we go. Second half coming. Now we do our cleanup on these 3 separate tracks. Get this last little bit. Oops, undo. I wanted an R, not an E. Did I kill that whole track? What did I do? Oh. There we go. There's my track. I don't know why it's why that happened, but wow, everything's huge. Okay. Yeah, we just want to repeat our big delete amplify. Right in here, we want to get rid of all that. All the way back to the beginning of that track. I think I need to zoom out one more. Yeah, there we go. Let's get rid of all that noise. That's a little close. There we go. Repeat the amplify. Kill this. Kill all of that. See that big breath? Then go up to this next track. It's my first half. Surprisingly, that was probably the most difficult part to record so far. The Johnny One Note part. It's just hard to play that note over and over, I tell you what. Okay. Now we take this, and this. We go to tracks, and we hit mix and render. Make it all one big track. And we name it UF1. And we minimize and mute it. And for my last act, ladies and gentlemen, we're done with the euphonium. We're ready for flugel. It's a little higher. I didn't feel super comfortable playing it in the high register on that. You can tell I'm already losing my chops. So we're going to use its little cousin, the flugelhorn. Flugelhorn makes those higher notes a lot easier to get. Let's see what we can do with flugelhorn. Move this down a little bit so we can see the whole page. Got another crap page turn. I do have an open note F there to get it on, so hopefully we can pull it off. Let's see how we do. Flugelhorn. Ooh. Couldn't even get it up to my face in time. I'll tell you what, this is tough. Getting the shift and then the horn into your face. Here we go. It's an F, okay. Very satisfied with that, so we're going to try it again. I think I might do something a little misdirectional, just like play stronger. Play a little louder, and I can minimize those little mistakes and those intonation issues. Let's try this again. Oh, wow, this is hard. Wish I could just hold down the shift with something. What am I thinking? I can just turn it down a little bit. It's really not that hot, but we can turn it down just a little bit on the mic gain. I can play straight ahead and just play a little stronger. Let's try like 68. Okay? Deep, deep. Ugh. Can't put the horn down because I'll never get it up in time. I gave myself 4 beats. Here we go. Nope. Try again. Ugh, just can't get the damn thing up to my mouth in time. We're gonna do this in 2 tracks for sure. I'm not gonna get that page down. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna do 2 tracks. Here we go. I'm not even trying. We're gonna make it 3 tracks maybe. Because I'm not doing that page turn. All we gotta do is clear this out. Go back to here or so and try again. Nope, it didn't start a new stream or a new track. That's weird. Start about here, shift, enter. What the heck? Why are you doing that? Oh, right, control enter. Here we go. unmute these others. It's weird they mute. Just for grins, just a little preview. See what this is going to sound like. A little mixing to do. Okay, now let's mute all that. That was fun. Just a little preview. And let's try this again. For God's sakes, I got a jumbo jet going overhead. Are you kidding me? Wow. 4th of July thing, maybe. We'll just wait for that to pass on over. At least I haven't any dogs barking or cats knocking things over. So. Been a little lucky so far. Alright, that's going to go away and I can... God. Is it though? What the hell's going on? Thunderbirds coming overhead? Okay, let's try again. And this is where we're going to do our next stream with the page turn. Our next track. So I keep saying stream, I mean a track. Repeat the de-amplify. Let's go ahead and clean this front up. Well, let's go ahead and just go ahead and tie them together now. Mix and render. And we'll go on from there. Yeah, it's pretty hot right there. It's okay, we'll just we'll minimize it all here in a bit. Okay. New track. Oh, let's go ahead and turn the page. And here we go. Must hit Control again. Shift. Not good tone. Not good tone. Let's try that again. Shift and enter. Not great, but acceptable. Remember, I'm going to be rapping over this anyway, so you're not going to hear all these tiny little details. Let's merge them. No, there's no part in the middle. Merge these two guys. Mix and render. Rename this guy Flugelhorn. Flugel. Let's minimize it. Let's see what we've got from the top 5 lines. I know we're going to need a lot more tuba, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to bump it up probably another 3 decibels. Yeah, let's go back to our amplify effect. Yeah, about another, oh, can't go that far, or it'll peak out. We can go another 2 and we can pull some of the other guys down. Yeah, I can't go far at all. So what we're going to have to do, definitely need to pull this one down, at least like 3 or 4. I know that's going to be way too much flugelhorn, so let's pull it down 3.5. Let's pull all these guys down about 2. These middle euphonium parts. Just kind of by ear I can tell not nearly enough low. Yeah, maybe, yeah, 2.2 sounds good. Let's see how that goes. We'll mix better later, but plenty of time to do this. Ah, no worries, Alan. See what we got so far. Muted trumpets, I think, trombone, electric bass in this section. Wrap over this. Hey, diddle, diddle, put my diddle in the middle. Vaughn. It's all about Vaughn. And there's a metronome beats a little bit. Naked brass. My radio flats. I'll put the reverb in there. Up with it. But that's a pretty good night's work, and it's a good preview. Thank you guys for checking it out. I think I'm too out of chops, so I'm gonna rest the night and try to play some trumpet tomorrow, which is way higher. So definitely don't want to try that tonight. Thank you all for coming. Hopefully we can get this Vaughn wrapped up pretty quickly and